if you just allow yourself to believe that you're better than the things that have been put on your plate,
Yeah.
you know, if you don't accept somebody else's faults, like, in cases of rape or things like that, you got to know it's not you. It isn't you. You got to realize that. You got to let it go, because it just weighs you down, and that gives them even more power. I always tell people, don't let them have that much control over you. you know
Mhm.
don't give them that satisfaction of being depressed and this and that. And I know it's hard to fight that stuff. I'm not saying it's easy in any right at all, and everybody suffers in their own way, and everybody's got their own way to heal. And some people don't even want to talk about it. They're going to just let it go. That's fine. But if you just allow yourself to be you, you usually can work yourself out.
That's
Dead
true.
silence again. I ate it for more than 2 seconds. Can't you tell?
I mean, everything you said is so true, and that's one thing that I got from Buddhism, and the first tenet of Buddhism is attachment is suffering.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but it's also human nature to become attached.
Mm-hmm.
So you're bound to experience suffering. But if you go at it understanding that everyone that comes in and out of your life, they're just kind of flowing by on a river, and they'll come in for a while, do some stuff, and leave for a while. But if you can keep yourself standing still and just let everything come in and out as it will, and then you realize you don't own those problems.
Exactly. That's what I say. I have
Yeah,
enough of my own stuff to bear. I don't need that extra weight. So
exactly.
I have to, and I have completely. When I say that I have forgiven those who've done me wrong, or people who have had issues with me or whatever, and I've tried to make amends or whatever, I have to let it go some way. And
Yep.
if I can't let it go, like, well, with say my husband, the mob man, I write. I have a million of these. Okay, millions. I have stacks sitting here. I could pull up 5, 6, 7. Shall we go? You know what I mean? Everywhere I go, I have a notebook and a piece of paper, and I write it. I don't care. I write. A therapist told me once when I was young, you need to write your everything you feel, because you can write it all down. It doesn't matter what you say. Nobody's going to interrupt it. You can get it out, fold it up, put it in an envelope, and mail it to Santa Claus.
Hmm.
Mail it to yourself. But use the thing of as sticking it in there after you've written it all down. It's all there. It's out of your head. It's there. I don't care if it turns out to be 2,500 pages, whatever it is. You know, get it out, put it down, fold it up, send it away. It's not your problem anymore. You have spoke everything you can about it, how you feel about it, how it made you feel, everything, and then let the responsibility go to those who it belongs to.
Yep.
Best advice that I was ever given, and I use it all the time. It works for me.
Yep. Problem ownership is a big problem, especially people who are very sensitive or empathic, codependent, anxious. We
I'm
we
all of
tend
them
to
things.
absorb everyone else's problems
I'm
and
all of them.
make them our own.
If somebody, if like, you guys have seen me do it, I'm like, what would I do something wrong? I'm like, I'm always checking myself, even when I don't need to check myself, and that comes from past behaviors with other people. You know,
Yep.
make me think I need to check everything I do when I really don't. Overthink myself.
Yep.
Boy, oh boy, these. I bet I could put this bubble jumble in a book form. I probably have about, I don't know, encyclopedia of issues. A to Z issues.
That's funny. So, Awen, what else can you do besides tarot card readings? What else you got?
Well, I can make some pretty kick-ass voodoo dolls
Damn
that are
right you
cute.
can.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
voodoo.
all of the religious stuff that I ever studied was generally focused on psychology and spiritual growth and enlightenment. So a lot of Buddhism and all the occult type stuff. And so you pick up so much along the way, like the Ayurveda, which is a very natural, holistic healing system and mind body medicine. That, and I have little bits of pieces from all of these things that I've woven into who I am today.
Yeah.
And my mother set me on this path. I grew up with, there were I Ching coins here and some kind of divination stick things over there and books. She just had books on everything because she was always on a spiritual quest. So, and I would ask her, what are you reading about today, Mom? And she'd tell me. And even though I couldn't really grasp it at a young age, it sunk into my head somewhere along the way. And so I was like, oh, I need to go study that too. That's great. And it's just been this long path of just wanting to know everything. And I know it served me well as far as, my own ability to not be a homicidal maniac or something. It's kind of a good thing, but there's always the risk of being the parable of the unhealed healer, which is why I never went into like wanting to be an actual counselor or psychologist or in the medical profession, because I think my job is to make myself as whole as I can and as comfortable and enlightened as I can, not necessarily to try to fix somebody else when I'm not there yet. And I also think that as people, we'll never actually all be there. We'll always have something new to learn or to grow or to fix or to adjust or to overcome. And so my struggle is more of, hey, I'm going this way. I've had some problems too. Come on, come with me. More of a come with me than I'm going to fix you. And that was probably the biggest lesson of my adult life, is learning to go with people and not try to jump in and fix people. A lot of hypersensitive people think, oh, I'm going to fix you. I can fix you. And it's not about that. You can go really wrong trying to do that.
Yep.
Got that right.
But I'm like, come on, walk with me. Let me show you this. I tried this. How does this work for you? And, it's just more you give more that way, I think. And you give up that need to control and